What's up, everybody? Thanks for checking out Hunt, Shoot, Live. I'm super pumped about this episode. I've got a cool toy to get to experiment with. This is the Commander NV400 by OneLeaf. I previously did a review on their NV100. I'm not going to talk much about that. You guys can check out that review if you want to. Long term, I'm much more excited about this product. I think that I'm very optimistic that they have addressed some of the issues that I ended up experiencing with that NV100 in this NV400. This is an all-in-one package where previously their NV100 could be used with their scopes, or it had an adapter to use with some other scopes, but this takes care of all of the issues. This is one solid unit, and it's actually not just a day-night IR recorder. You can also attach a rangefinder to it if you want to. It has the option to buy their rangefinder that attaches to the side of it. So what I'm going to do in this review is just take a minute to kind of give you the overview of it, and initially just kind of show it to you and show you what you get with it in the box. Then I'm going to jump on the computer and show you guys what the manual looks like, and jump in and we'll let you look at the screen on the inside and what your user interface and the menu options and things are. And I'm going to do lots of in-field recording and shooting and that kind of thing with this, so that you will actually get to see pretty much every aspect of what you can expect with the Commander NV400. Now, this particular one is the 2-26 by 50. They have another one that is a little bit more magnification. I want to say a 4-50 by 50, or something like that, 4-42. I'm not sure. It's more than this one. But now I can say this one is plenty for sure. That 26 power zoom is very, very handy, and it's really intuitive to use. You press the button on the side to turn it on, and you turn this lever right here to zoom in or to zoom out. We'll talk about the functionality later, but basically your quick overview on this is that it can record in 4K, 120 frames per second. It accepts micro SD cards, and they included one with this. So I've got a 64 gigabyte micro SD card, and you unscrew the side here where normally you would find your windage adjustment, and you can plug it directly into your computer, cables included, or your micro SD card goes there as well. You can just take that in and out from there. But this thing has two 18650 lithium-ion batteries built into it, and then it actually accepts an additional 18650, or if you wanted to use the smaller one, let me go ahead and pop that open and show that to you. Now, I'm going to show you the unit itself here in a second, but I've already got it mounted on my AR because I couldn't wait. I've been shooting with it already. I'll show you everything that it comes with, but you get the 18650 that it comes with, but then it also comes with one of these shorter. It's about half the size of an 18650. It is a NCR 18500A. I won't use that. I use 18650s in all my stuff. I've got multiple of those with all my other night hunting lights and things, so that's good that it came with that. You get two different size eye cups. Of course, your battery charger. You've got, if you use the smaller battery, here's the cup that sits on the top of the unit. You of course, with the 18650, it's taller, so that sets up taller. If you use the smaller battery, then you can put that cup on it, and you can see that's quite a bit shorter than what the 18650 is, but that doesn't really bother me. And again, I use that 18650 on everything that I have for my night hunting kit, so it just makes sense for me to continue to use that on this weapon. Of course, you get your user manual, very comprehensive. I'm going to show you the digital version of that here shortly. Some other like warranty information and things like that, some how-tos. You get a cleaning cloth. You got a scope cover for the rear, and then your cable for connecting directly to your computer if you wanted to do that, and then certainly for updates and things. You have some additional O-rings and some of the wrenches and all of that to mount all the different items on this. Now, I'll show you what this is. This is of course a day and night recording scope. So if you're going to use it at night, you're just going to flip this cap, and that gives you much more light gathering ability. If you use it during the daytime, and so far my use during the daytime, I've just been able to flip that cap and I've not had any problems. If you're in really, really intense daylight, then you would screw this on in addition to that. Just like that. It's that quick, that simple, and then you can use that in really, really bright daylight and still be able to record. And of course, you probably want to take that off, but you can still, even if you didn't take it off, you can still flip that open and have use of it at night if for whatever reason you wanted to leave that on. You can see that your focus is on the end here. Of course, here's the battery compartment I already showed you. Your on switch is on the back left-hand side. You just do a long hold to turn it on, and the screen turns on. Your menu navigation is here. To enter into the menu, you long hold that, and then to navigate, you turn it clockwise or counterclockwise. We'll look at the menu more here in a minute. There's some quick reference buttons on here, right? I don't know if it'll. So you can, some of your, like your day-night mode, you can start your recording with that, and some of the other lighting type options right there, quick reference options. You can mount a IR light on top here, and of course it comes with the IR light, which is also powered by an 18650. I don't have that mounted on here at the moment, but obviously I will mount that on when I start doing my in-field testing. And that is pretty much the nuts and bolts. Of course, you get your diopter adjustment back here, and oh yeah, there's your rangefinder. If of course you don't have to choose the option with the rangefinder. If you do, it mounts on a mount that's already on that left-hand side of the scope. So my use so far shows that this is a step up from the NV400. The quality is still not what you're going to get from a $3,000 unit, but this is significantly less than that. So you got to consider that. I am anxious to try this more and get everything sighted in, and which I actually already have sighted it in. And I'll show you guys all of that footage and then some in day and night and at distance as well. Take this over to my hunting property and hopefully catch some animals at night and just get them on film and things like that. So before we do all of that though, let's jump onto the computer, have a look at the website, and have a look specifically at the user manual. And I want to jump in and show you guys what that the menu looks like on the inside of this thing. Let's just take a quick look at their website before we jump into the menu. This, of course, is directly to the product, to the 2-26 that I have and that I'll be doing the review on. But you can see they also have the NV400 and the 4-52 right beside that if you wanted that. Now you can purchase the IR light separately. The one I've got came with the IR light and it came with the rangefinder, but you can also purchase that without the rangefinder and then buy those separately if you did want to do that. Obviously, if you did that, it's going to be less expensive to purchase the unit without the rangefinder. And if you've already got yourself a rangefinder, then I guess you don't need this one. You can see it changes the price quite a bit if you don't have a rangefinder. And you can also see it comes with different internal memory there. I've got the 64 gigabyte, and that is certainly more than enough for me, especially just because I don't plan on saving a lot of things on it. I'll be shooting and saving it and then bringing it in and plugging it into the computer. So, but you got the higher memory if you need it. I'll just go ahead and show you guys some of the other options here that you can see on their website. They provide a lot of different information directly on here if you wanted to look at that. But I will say I'm not getting quite the quality that they're getting. But here's an example of different reticles that are available on this scope. And you know, you're not buying different scopes with the reticle in it. This one scope has all of these reticle options within it. So you can get all of those different options, MRAD, MOA. I like the bottom middle one there with just the single vertical post without the top vertical, and then the two horizontals with the dot in the middle. I really like that one. And then you can change the color of every single one of those to white, red, green, blue, or black. I personally like the blue. I have a partial color blindness, so the blue really helps everything to differentiate in the background, and I can still really see that reticle really nicely in that blue over top of whatever I'm aiming at. But you got plenty of options, and even just a dot. You see in the bottom right option there, it's just a dot. So pretty cool. I used to have a scope that had that bottom middle one. Really liked that. You can shift between first focal plane and second focal plane, and basically, if you're not going to use MRAD or MOA, then first focal plane, second focal plane doesn't really matter at all. But if you plan on actually using the MOA or the MRAD reticle for measurement purposes, then you're going to want to use the first focal plane, because those measurements stay true regardless of what magnification setting you have the scope set on. There's a little glimpse of the picture-in-picture again. I'm not quite getting that quality. I'll show you guys tons of in-field video after we have a look at the manual, but definitely don't think I'm getting quite that quality as what they were showing there. There's a little view of the internal batteries, and of course you can use the external batteries in addition to that, so plenty of battery life. Here is the manual itself. You guys will get the paper copy of the manual, but obviously you will have access to this through the OneLeaf website and get the digital manual if you want to. Very well written, very comprehensive. I don't think that you guys will have any kind of problem navigating through that and finding what you're wanting to find. Now let's just dwell here just a moment. This particular section shows you about the measurements for the cant and for the angle, and then your cardinal directions. That's the cant on the right, and then the angle on the left, and then the top left is your cardinal direction. I couldn't get it to calibrate right for level, so I had to level it myself when I put it on the gun. I used my bubble level on the scope and on the gun. I leveled it, then I calibrated it. Once I did that, the cant seems to work really, really well. And I don't know if that was what they intended, or if you were supposed to be able to use that and it levels itself on its own. It certainly did not do that for me. But once I did it myself, calibrated it, no problems from there. Now, here is really what I wanted to show you. I'm not going to go through each of those items individually. You guys can pause this or even snap a picture of that and zoom in on it if you wanted to look at all of those different menu options. But this is all of the options that you are going to see on the scope. If you long press your menu button, it will bring that up, and you will turn that knob clockwise to go down through the options or counterclockwise to go back. You just do a single click to enter into the option, choose whatever setting you want, and single click that to select that setting, and then you will long hold it again to return to the main rifle scope view, ready to shoot. Tons of options there. It's very intuitive. I don't think it would even be necessary. It's so easy, I don't think it would be necessary for me to walk you through each one of those. But you can kind of zoom in there and have a look at all the options on that if you want to. And I think you'll find that everything is very well laid out and easy to navigate. All right, I'm going to shoot my 8-inch gong. This is at 50 yards. Smacked it 3-inch at 50. Let's go to 80. So we got our 8-inch gong at 80. And then our 3-inch. Let's zoom in a little on that 3. Nice. All right, we'll go to 100. Eight-inch at 100. Got our 3-inch. Let me zoom out so we can call our impacts here. 3-inch at 100. Yeah, it's hitting. It's just got a solid. I've got that knot free hanging. So we got some impacts there at 100. Let's go on back to 165. All right, we'll go for our 8-inch. Nailed it. Let's zoom all the way in at 165. That's an 8-inch target. And that's about as good as my focus is going to get right there. But you can obviously make out really well that that's an 8-inch gong. And then there's my 3-incher. Kind of hidden there. I need to move those branches. 165 yards. It's a squirrel taking a nap. Got its head poking up. Check that out. How funny. Just laying there on top of each other in that hole. Alright, I'm going to shift through the different modes. It's about 8:45 p.m. here. It's actually, like where I'm looking through the scope right now is dark up in the woods behind that. And even, like I'm going to shine it back in here. So that tree that I'm looking, I cannot see that tree with my naked eye, but this is still the day mode. So let me switch the modes on this thing. Alright, that's starlight night mode. So that's why it's looks really terrible. It is still a little bit daylight, so that one's not applicable. This is night mode. So if it were pitch black, then of course there's the tree again that I said I cannot see with my naked eye right now. But still, let me go back to day mode. I think that's interesting that it's still functioning really, really well, even in day mode, with it being very, very much dusk right now. So like this road here that I'm looking down, with my naked eye, I can only see right there where my crosshair is at, the edge of my driveway. After that, once it gets into the woods, it's totally dark. I can't see past that with my naked eye, but you can see this is illuminating all the way down through there, even still in daylight mode. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see what that does. Pitch black down through there. Let's see what it does when I change it to the other modes. Starry night mode. Obviously, we're very much too bright for that still. Let's go to night mode. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I flipped too fast. Starlight. Night mode. There's night mode. Alright, so that's working well because that's pitch black. But again, I'm surprised how well the day mode is still working. Alright, now I am in the woods. It is pitch black. This is a trail that you're looking at that I'm walking on, a four-wheeler trail. And then, of course, it winds through the trees. I'm going to get out into a field here in just a minute so that you can see this in the open. But this is what we're looking like in the woods right now. And this is actually without the IR light turned on yet. So this is thick foliage here, very thick foliage. Let me skip back on the road. Okay, you can see that's probably about 100 yards in front of me. Now I'm going to turn the external IR light on. Oh wow, look how crisp that is now. Pitch black right here where I'm at. Oh, and I said 100 yards, I'm so sorry, that says 60. That's showing 60 yards. So crisp. Oh, excellent. Here we go. Pitch black out here. I absolutely cannot see any of that with my naked eye. And we found a deer 175 yards. Obviously zooming in. Let me see if I can focus that any better. There we go. It's focusing back in a little bit now. So it actually is already in focus before you zoom in, and the deers went on over the hill there now. But we were easily picking that deer up at 175, 200 yards. And of course you lose clarity as you zoom. But the price of this unit and the quality that you're getting here, it's still really impressive. I'm impressed with this. This is a huge, huge difference from their previous product that I reviewed. I already forgot what that was called. NV400 or something maybe, but man, this one is light years above that. That's yeah, 195, 200, over 200 yards to the edge of that wood line. .230, really good. And if you had a more powerful external IR light, no doubt it would be even better than this. Some of your zoom, your clarity, you lose. What is that target? Gosh, what does that say? 160 yards. I don't think that's a deer. That's a stump or something. Very nice. 300. There's 300 yards. 340 yards to the wood line. Nice. Let's zoom in on that 340 yard wood line. Yep, very nice. Picture in picture's working well. Oh, it's licking itself. That's the same deer. Obviously a deer, 230 yards. Yeah. Alright, so let me share my final thoughts and my summary about the Commander NV400. First off, I want to note that any of that footage that you saw at nighttime that I had filmed out in the field of the deer and all of that, you'll notice that there was this blinking light that just kind of stayed on, this flashing. That's my mistake. Honestly, I was so shocked at how well the thing was working out to 300 yards and how well I could see everything that I honestly just wasn't paying attention to that. That was the rangefinder. So if you turn the rangefinder off, that goes away. That blinking goes away. The only thing you have to do to turn the rangefinder on and off, this main menu button right here, when you have the unit turned on, if you'll just, so you're on your main screen, you're looking at stuff, rangefinder's on, you just push the menu button and it'll turn up. You don't long press it, just short press it. It'll turn on some of the little sub menus. Press it again, and then you'll see that the rangefinder pops on. If you want to turn the rangefinder off, just short press it again to get that menu to come up. The little subtitles. You'll see it. It's not the full menu, but when you short press it, you're like some of the other things pop up. And then short press it again, and it goes right off. So super simple. Had I been focused on that, after I watched the video, I was like, well, that's really annoying that light is on. So it seems like at night it would probably be better. That would drive you crazy to have that there. Now that I know that that's there and I'm paying attention to it. So get your range and then cut the rangefinder off, and that flashing goes away. You've got a really nice, clear image overall at nighttime and in the daytime. This thing, and I'm not going to get into the NV400 that I had previously done a review on. Just suffice it to say, they addressed any of the shortcomings or any of there was some long-term dislikes that I ended up having with the NV400 even after I did that video. This addresses them. This NV400 is surprisingly awesome. I have looked through night vision that is around the $2,000 range, and yes, it's better. The $2,000 night vision stuff is better, but man, for the price, this is surprisingly impressive. I will use this. I will be using this. I think for this price, it is absolutely functional. You can see exactly what you're looking at, day or nighttime. The recording works. The rangefinder works. The IR light that comes with it works. The only bad thing that I can say about it is it's quite bulky. So obviously I don't have to put this on my AR-15. Right now it's on my AR-15, but it's not really heavy, but that's a lot of junk. I mean, that's just sort of absurd looking. Long term, I'll probably end up putting this on another one of like my bolt action rifles instead of my AR-15. I think maybe not. I don't know. Again, it's not really heavy. It's just, gosh, this is so bulky, and I'm not used to my AR. My AR is it's my kind of modular sort of rifle system. So I hate to have so much bulk on it, but you could cut that down if you're only interested in daytime footage. You just take your, you don't have to have the rangefinder on there even for nighttime, but you can take the rangefinder off, take the IR light off. Certainly that would help. But, man, that's really my only complaint. Everything is so user-friendly, and the quality at that price is absolutely more than usable. Any issue that was in the NV400 has been addressed in this. I guess the only thing that I obviously can't speak to is the long-term performance of this. How long will it last? I don't know. I can't speak to that. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they've got some kind of warranty on that, but, so long-term use, I don't know. I did also want to say I made a couple notes. So some cool things that are on this that I may not have talked about initially is I noticed that the IR light has 3 different levels of intensity, and it has an indicator for when the light's on or not. Some other IR lights that I have, you just don't know whether it's on because you obviously can't see it unless you've got your NV unit turned on. So this, you can tell. It has these lights that come on. So that's that's 2. It's on 2. Turn it off and on again. That's full intensity. That's on 3. Turn it off and on again, and it cycles back down to just 1. So you've got 3 different intensity levels, and those lights tell you whether it's on or not, so you're no questions as to if you're burning your battery. And then it does have a focus on it. You can focus in the intensity or broaden it out. I had great luck with it. I did not have to focus it in, even out to 300 yards. It was illuminating my target just perfectly fine, so I didn't have to play with that. So I have to suspect that their reported range on here, let's see, what do they say? Out to 437 yards. I feel like that's absolutely doable. I mean, we were doing 325 or something like that, easily, no problem, without even focusing the IR in. So I think it's underreported, its capabilities on there. Also, I think I mentioned at one point that the picture-in-picture, I think I said this while I was filming, it does not record the picture-in-picture. Even when you have the picture-in-picture turned on and you're seeing that through the scope, you don't see that on the actual recording. The only thing you get on the recording is like the time and the date stamp and the, your crosshairs. You don't get any of that other stuff on there. And I think that's it. One final note on the hour light. So those levels. So number 1 is supposedly 25% power. Level 2 is 50% power. And 3 is 100% power. So, man, super pleasantly surprised with this. This is unbelievable. If this lasts, if it is up to par, if it lasts for several years, then this is, I can think of like ATN as a company that comes to mind. This is very much going to rival them in quality, and sure as heck rivals them in price big time. So, well done, OneLeaf. The Commander NV400 is comes highly recommended. Now, mine may break in 2 weeks. I don't know. But at this point, I've had it for several months. I've used it several times. Obviously did some filming in the field and shooting also. And it works fine. It works fine. Super awesome little unit. So you guys follow the link in the description if you want to know more about the product, or if you want to check it out for yourself. Check out all of their other products. From my experience, though, this is the one you need to be getting, not the older one. This one is pretty posh. So appreciate you guys for checking out Hunt Shoot Live. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Got tons of other product reviews, gun reviews, long range shooting, hunting, lots of stuff on the channel, a lot of different playlists. So check us out. Become a part of the Hunt Shoot Live team. I appreciate you as always. God bless you. We'll catch you next time.